service, Captain.
Back to the lodge. Sure, go. Until later, we should add that artifact to the collection. Hurry back. This was a good outing. Lead the way. Looks like a mineral analysis laboratory. The original occupants of the place must have been interrupted during their research.
Okay. Get his position. Stand down. Area secure. Attack. Cover me.
They're gone! Ha! You're a damn German! Another loser, another notch on my gun. Find anything useful? This reminds me of the bunks on a UC Navy ship. Everyone crammed into the smallest area possible to maximize space.
There was a good reason. And that was locked. Back to the lodge. Feel free to drop some stuff. Time to go? Don't leave any of that behind. aside anything useful and just leave the rest. I've heard about these tunnel boring machines, but never had the opportunity to see one of them in person. Here. You're welcome. I picked it up on one. I'm just pleased I... Check back with me from time to time after we return from our planetary jaunts. We should add that artifact. I'd be happy to get... Goodbye.
more.
Pour me a velocity, dummy. I think we're in luck.
This is Vanguard Moira. What the hell are you doing?
Listen up, you
Captain, hello. I am satisfied to see that...
We know when you're ready to launch.
wire plant.
Respect priority docking for emergency patients. The clinic welcomes all.
Nice clean dock, Captain.
All right, let's get this crate into space.
Good day,
Ma'am, I'm
Captain.
just the courier.
I understand that. I'm not blaming you directly. Dr. Salvato, how long?
This area's off limits. Authorized person. Yeah, I bet you do. Look, if you need help, talk. Now get out of here before. Great, you again. Authorized.
Ma'am, I'm just the courier.
I understand that. I'm not blaming you directly.
This area's off limits. Yeah, I bet you do. Yeah, sure they do. Yeah, Yeah, okay, I get it. Fine, I'll issue you an access card. Infinity better get it together.
Sean, I don't want to go through this again. I'm tired, all right? Just not today.
You can't be okay with this, though, right? You took an oath, and I'd say this is a firm violation. I'll never get out of this.
Hey, who let you in here?
In that case, you'll want to speak to Dr.
We better get that approval soon. Excuse me, but this is a restrict... Your timing could be better. A little warm. I'll just take a moment to check up on my patient.
Having a good one?
There's such a mountain of work. I could really... Dr. Darvish took a chance on me, hiring me fresh out of training. Oh, well, there really isn't anything... But, I do have some data requests from...
Usual courier has been less than reliable lately, so if you could get this slate where it needs to go, that would help.
We tend to reserve... Couldn't call ourselves... See you later.
Running this facility is a challenge, even when there isn't enough. Welcome to the clinic. Then I suggest you seek out one of... We have a particular We have an excellent... If you Would you now? Well, The more data we have about what's out... I suppose we could... We've made progress with alien biosuppressants, helping to prevent secondary... What we're looking for are basic organic substances. They could come from any number of floors. Just keep your eyes open as you travel. Or frankly, if you can find...
These poor people. I can't imagine suffering from something no one understands. It must be terribly frightening for them.
No, just by breathing the air in here, you are being exposed to about a dozen different viruses.
Ship, you've entered Freestar Collective space. Maintain your current course while we scan for contraband. And that's it. Enjoy Neon.
We should stick to the main plaza, unless you like getting soaked by the rain.
Back off.
Line of equipment and accessories.
Got my eye on you. Hey there.
Is that my beautiful You were right about this one, Masako. So I've heard. Now, I shall excuse myself and get to work.
So, what did you learn about CM Station RC-1? I knew something bad had happened. Were there any survivors? Good. I may not condone murder, but I refuse to have sympathy for indiscriminate killers like Ecliptic, especially after massacring innocents working for us. Now, I also had a report that you were spotted at the clinic. I take it you I figured it was related. And were you able to determine the purpose of the... So, it sounds like Lucas has reached a new level of desperation to ensure...
To hell with corporations and CEOs and profit margins. People have died, and you aren't showing the least...
I'll make sure Yuko's team extracts every bit of information they can from the clinic. Between hiring Ecliptic and unauthorized human trials, we have enough to take Lucas... And with the Rotha site secure, it's almost time for... It certainly is. And it's also time to inform the rest of the board on the current... Head up to the executive floor and speak to Dalton. He has an... I've called a meeting, and I expect you to attend. It's time...
It's good to see you again.
Don't cause any trouble.
Good. You're right on time. I briefed Masako on the mole and went over the evidence you... The evidence you provided was enough.
I'm not sure what you're playing at, but I don't like it.
After some debate, we decided to fully disclose the results in this meeting. No. Directive. We now know how effective it is, and may need to resort to it again. Good. As long as the board isn't feeling it. Now, let's get... We called you all together to discuss a recent security. We discovered a mole within the company who leaked vital information about Project Dominion.
You've got to be kidding me.
Just don't tell me it's Vina. I think we've all noticed she's not here.
Before you speculate any further, no, it's not Vina. The guilty party is Imogene Salzo, much to my disappointment. Our operative here obtained the evidence.
Dalton, how does something like this happen?
Imogene is highly trained. Ularu can even speak to that. We demand the best. So that's the threat we deal with.
I may have well-trained operatives, but security is your responsibility, Dalton. This is a huge failing on your part.
I accept the responsibility, but let's not forget. The mole has already been exposed and dealt with.
Of course, thanks to another of my operatives. Watch me.
Imogene's been dealt with, so bickering is pointless. All I care about is reacquiring our property and what this might be costing us financially.
Vina is completing the internal neuroamp prototype as we speak. Our operative will receive the implant, infiltrate Infinity Ltd, and obtain any and all research. I have it on good authority the experimentations they've done to replicate the missing pieces of our work have resulted in fatalities.
And the public often gets what it wants.
If I may make a suggestion, we should give this evidence to David at SSNN. It's the best neutral method of releasing this information to the general public.
That'd make my job easier.
David it is, then.
Misako, the internal neuroamp is ready if you want to send down the candidate.
I hope you're ready for this. You always have a choice. You just have to decide which set of consequences. Vina will be waiting for you in the neuroamp. Once you're done, meet me in my office. Be ready.
Keep out of my way, and I'll keep out of yours.
I have to admit, I'm a bit jealous of Ryujin's gorgeous design aesthetic. Or perhaps I should have their architects
Here's my
replicate
lucky
the
candidate.
launch.
I hope you're ready to... Hey, we may not like the options, but we all... Now, just a few details before we begin. Obviously, we'll be putting you under. I'll be making a small incision in the back of your skull where the internal neuro... The whole procedure should only take 3 to 4 hours with little to no downtime afterwards. Provided DeMarcus got it.
Did I not just say I quadruple-checked the numbers?
You know I'm just giving you a hard... Besides, I've got to make sure my you're gonna be fine. All I'm saying is that you're in... Now, just lie down on the table...
The neuroamp can control and manipulate people against their will is disgusting. The device shouldn't be allowed to exist.
well, look who's finally up. The operation was a success, obviously. Once you're able to refocus, let me know how you're doing. So, how are you feeling? Yep, that's me every morning. But the whole point of this is no visual indication and no... Just a couple quick notes before using the First, you can only influence one person at a time. And second, the effect is temporary, so be prepared if you use it in a... Now that's something to talk to the drone engineer. Now let's test this sucker out. DeMarcus has graciously volunteered. That's the spirit. DeMarcus loves being hands-on and experienced. It's probably why he's the second most published. Just head up the stairs nearby to the observation deck.
On the other, I'm terrified what could happen should this fall into the wrong hands. I've never been so divided about something in all my life.
Oh my god, that was incredible! What was it like?
Wow. How to describe it? 1 minute I was excited about seeing how the experiment would go. The next, I had a brief moment of disorientation and figured I must have lost my train of thought. It felt eerily natural. And yes, I admit it, just as you predicted.
I knew it, I knew it, I knew it! I can hardly wait to finish writing up my latest dissertation. And you owe me 100 creds.
I'll be keeping myself under constant surveillance now. I'm curious if any other side effects may manifest.
Research and develop up here anyway. I've always wondered.
Name a Ryujin.
So, tell me all about it. How did it feel?
Crown jewel's the neuroamp division, though. Obviously.
Ah, so that's why there are so many other guards on this floor.
Yeah, management's gotten.
Well, luckily that isn't up. I hope you know, you're talking about banning my life's big.
I'd even go as far as to call it the settled systems. That's something Ryujin isn't going to let go of. It really was fascinating how all I experienced. It's truly remarkable. Not at all. But I can imagine if I experienced disorientation like that, but regained my awareness. We'll definitely be running some more tests in the future, though. Maybe that's the beauty of it. Besides, if a subject's morals or beliefs in something are strong enough, we still see points of faith. That being said, it's been interesting to discover the...
Okay. As much as I'd love to go over the details and potential of this amazing piece of technology I created, it sounds like you have an assignment to complete. And DeMarcus and I have a lot of...
You want to chat? Find DeMarcus. He's always...
I've been waiting here for ages.
Good, you're here. Now that you've been outfitted with the internal neuroamp, it's time. We're sending you into Infinity LT. Lucas Drexler is about to learn exactly why you... It's good to know we're of the same mind on this one. All right. Yuko has provided a layout. You have two options for this assignment. We'll be providing option A. You gain entry through their maintenance access on the roof. Option B, we give you an assigned identity and arrange a meeting for you. Just hope those acting skills don't get you caught or killed. Now, depending on your preference, you'll either find yourself in the maintenance hallway or the marketing department. From there, First, you have Lucas Drexler's computer, located in his office on the executive floor. Second is Faye Sengsavan's computer, in research and development. And third, you need to obtain the prototype they are working on, also in R&D.
As you can see, you've several floors to traverse, so I hope you're prepared for an adventure.
Any mercenary or disgruntled worker can go shoot a place up. You're a Ryujin operative. Now, I had Ularu create a program that you need to run on both Lucas and Faye's computer.
You see, once we expose Infinity Ltd, all of their data is going to come under intent. We only want the public to know about their mercenary hires and unauthorized human trials. But Project Dominion, I've created an overseer program that will gather all the evidence we need, and at the same time delete anything relating to Ryujin. Please do. I hate to think we're putting our faith...
With tech like that, I can see why you'd want to maintain control of the narrative, though I strongly...
If the media were to draw their own conclusions, I'm certain they'd just... Controlling the narrative is of the...
Oh, let's just hope this program is as thorough as you say.
No, we don't want to mess on this one. A body count will only distract from what we're trying to... In fact, unless they're a master at being one with the shadows, I'd suggest you leave your friend behind. Simon Rychek provided some useful info on how to evacuate civilians from the building. Infinity's maintenance crew is understaffed. It's only a matter of time before pressure gauges go unchecked and they have a massive issue. Once that pressure becomes too much, every floor in the building is going to suffer from gas leaks. So Simon was able to get a passcode for you to access their system's computer. So you... My thoughts exactly. We're also issuing you an operative. It should help reduce their ability to detect you. These suits are typically reserved for the senior ranks, but we want... Just make sure you follow through.
Once you've run the Overseer program and obtained the prototype, your final step is to deliver the slate to... If he asks questions, feel free to give him just enough information to pique his interest, but no... SSNN is used to anonymous tips. They'll do whatever verification... Good. I guarantee the moment he scratches the... So, any final question? Depending on whether or not you evacuate the building, you'll mostly be looking at security guard. You may encounter an automated defense system. You have the ability to manipulate others. If someone's in your way, you could get... If someone has a keycard, that means you have a keycard. The possibilities... You'll be restricted to the marketing floor. An appointment is not a free pass. Good luck, and be sure...
Come with me. I have everything you need.
Don't wander into any restricted areas.
As much as I hate to admit it, Masako's plan is fairly... I'm only thinking it's a shame I can't keep her on as my own replace. In an ideal world, Imogen would at least still be around. But the downside of making a move like this is that those bridges will... Very astute. It's nice to... Lucky for you, my side of the plan doesn't involve any extra... The program that Masako had me write will be doing all the heavy lifting. While it's downloading the evidence needed, it will also be interspersing an array of files that will say Masako was heavily involved.
Now you want to frame Masako. You...
Never. Some sympathizers like Dalton might linger on her side, but it's a majority... Now here's everything you need. Simon's passcode, your operative suit, the Overseer program, and your cover identity. Your cover ID card is encoded with roof entry and elevator access. So that's your ticket in, either way. Don't screw this up. Hands to yourself! I'm very much looking forward to your return.
I look forward to listening to... With the internal neuroamp at your disposal, there's no excuse for sloppy work here. I was elected CEO. He was
Hell of a city, isn't it? There's nowhere else like it in the galaxy.
You will be scanned as you enter the city.
Security scanners, chemical sniffers. The United Colonies sure isn't taking any chances.
I'm so excited. I wonder if I'll miss New Atlantis. Oh, thank you so much. So, here, take this. I found it while I was cleaning. Thanks again. Don't be a stranger.
How's everything with you?
I want to suggest...
SS, it in.
Hello.
You got this? Welcome to Infinity Ltd's corporate... Hello. Did you... Yes. From Lumen Inter... Once you arrive, you'll want to talk to Ellis Ortiz. He's the receptionist there.
I'm sure a junior assistant is vital.
Is your foot in the door? Show us.
Welcome to Infinity Ltd's marketing department. That's you notify me that you are on your way. Our waiting area is just to my right. notify Miss Hart that you're here. Feel free to use any of the facilities on the floor while you wait. The break room
This
and
was a good
bathrooms
outing.
are just around the corner.
No problem.
You have a nice day now.
that? We've got to hit the alarm.
This is your last warning. Leave now! Leave now, or else.
You can't be here.
The hell was that? Sound the alarm!
My patience has run out.
My patience has run out. What was that?
Enough for this.
Getting jumpy. Too much coffee.
Leave now, or else.
Engaging suspect.
Hey, you're not supposed to be back here. No way am I dying in this office.
I'll get the alarm.
Non-essential personnel must evacuate the building. Please find the nearest exit and contact emergency services.
Welcome to Yes? What? Our waiting area. Make yourself comfortable, please. Make yourself comfortable, please. Have a seat. If you just have a seat, I can notify Miss Hart that you're running.
Back to the lodge, shall we? Take your time.
I'll go notify Miss Hart that you're here. Feel free to use any of the facilities on the floor while you wait. The break room and bathrooms are just around the corner.
We should add that artifact to the collection as soon as possible.
personnel must evacuate the building. Please find the nearest exit and contact emergency services.
Suspect escaped. Stand down.
This was a good outing. Sure, I'm right behind you. Back to the lodge, shall we? I'll be right here.
find the nearest exit and contact emergency services.
What's that? We gotta hit the old... with that. Engage! Put him down!
We should add that artifact. Sounds good? Lead on.
Tech stock rallied in aftermarket trading to new highs.
I think I'm gonna buy that new apartment. It's pricey, but I think it's worth it.
You're back. Did you...
We have it.
It fits! Energy spiked a bit, but it's restabilized.
Is there anything new showing up?
No, it's the same as before. There's a massive output as the artifact is added, then it harmonizes. Like it's waiting for the others.
That's speculation, but I think you're right. We need more. Here. You've earned this. Welcome to Constellation. As a full member this time. Well, if you ever find a relic bottle from Earth, we'll all be happy to share it with you. By the way, how would you like to keep traveling together? I'm not sitting behind my desk for this. These artifacts are a new chapter for Constellation, and I'm going to be out there for it. And I want you out there as well. You got results. I need someone like you watching my back. All right. We've got a few more leads we should talk about. First, there's an expedition that Samco has been putting together. It's in Freestar Collective Space, and he knows it inside and out. There's also the Eye, our star station in orbit. About time for you to meet Vladimir. He's been hard at work tracking down more anomalies. And last but not least, Noel. Have we heard anything from Barrett yet?
A courier from Argos Extractors came by to let us know they're packing up the operation on Vectera. But that's it, no other word.
That's not good. We should get over there and check on Barrett in person. Maybe another time.
I cannot wait to meet him.
And you must be the latest poor fool to get dragged into our dysfunction. Whoa. I know a few dark sides of the Aquila Moons, but if you're looking for deep history lessons...
Trust me. Don't. Kuriko, by the way. Hi. It helps to have a good teacher. Dad, don't...
Sam? Not let it go to his head.
A compliment from little Cora. Now, let's talk business. Sure enough, that's where we're headed. The three of us are heading to Aquila, first settled planet of the Freestar Collective, and, not coincidentally, the home of... We'll land in the city's spaceports, but the frontier's our goal. And I got a lead on a tale that, makes me think one... Okay, we'll meet you on board your ship. Once we land on Aquila, it's gonna be you and me. So if you want to do any freewheeling before then, Cora and I will just be...
Yeah?
Can't go in. You just can't.
But David's my friend.
If
He
you
writes
ever
me.
find yourself with a hot
I hate
lead,
to break it to you,
we will
but
do
his
our
PA
best
is
to
the one who
protect you.
signs
Can
all
I
the
help you?
headshots. Mr. Barron's a very busy and important man.
But I came all this way.
All right. What's this so-called story?
Listen, I might be able to hook you up with some merch. Maybe get you a ticket to a speaking gig he's got. That's all I can do.
You are the best.
All right. I don't suppose you want to tell me how you got this. Of course. I just hope your source is as reliable as you. Is there at least a name I can cite as my source? Why am I not surprised? As long as the evidence is adequate and verifiable, I expect it'll be aired within the hour, if not sooner. Now, if you'll excuse me...
David.
Quick piece of advice. We hear the name Benjamin Bain, and we should duck the other way. Fast.
I've yet to hear anything of note on SSNN. As long as it's good news, I suppose. And how did the Neuroamp perform? I thought it would. So now it's just a waiting game for SSNN? Once the story airs, we have another board meeting scheduled to decide how to handle Infinity. Go ahead, Maeve.
The SSNN broadcast has started. Shall I patch it through?
Yes, thank you.
Infinity Ltd. and Lucas Drexler are currently under investigation for a number of violations, including murder for hire, unauthorized human trials, and corporate theft. Authorities representing the UC and the Freestar Collective have been dispatched to a consolidated mining station and the clinic. Both locations are believed to hold numerous victims. Drexler's motivation appears to be an attempt to launch a new product based off stolen information from a competitor. The The details on the project itself have yet to be confirmed, but it's believed that Masako Imada, CEO of Ryujin Industries, may be involved. A series of communications between Drexler and Imada were discovered, where she encouraged Drexler to ignore approval guidelines for human trials. This has been David Barron for SSNN.
Impossible. You set me up. You expect me to believe you're simply an We'll find out soon enough. Assuming I know exactly how this situation came about. I have only... Should Ularu run this company, the reputation, her unchecked tactics will be heavy-handed, involving murder without question. Ryujin may gain financial success, but
I'm not a fan of any of this corporate claptrap, but Masako's right.
Fine. I'll see to it you get the... We'll be voting on the fate of Infinity Ltd. And now I also assume my position. It's very important we receive at least half the vote on both issues. The CEO ruled. I need you to use everything in your power to convince them. And that includes using the internal With the tech we've given you, you'll find most of the board members in their offices preparing. We'll need at least 50% of the vote to go our way. In the event of I trust you'll get it.
Keep out of my way, and I'll keep out of yours.
I take it Masako wasn't as pleased to hear I'm sure she does. She knows And now she's going to have some serious regrets about holding this. Masako wants us to acquire Infinity Ltd, which is obviously not... I need you to persuade the board members otherwise, and make sure they're on our side when I move. You don't think I've waited? Actually, being able to pick and choose the talent as I see fit does have plenty of benefit. All right, I'm convinced. But if this turns into a mistake, I'm holding the internal Nero. And if not? With Masako out of the way and the internal Nero.
Or until someone decides your usefulness is at an end and you suddenly disappear.
Don't be absurd. If you cared anything about the success... I admit you make a good point. Even with the shielding component, and we absolutely... Should you propose... Now get out there.
So much work to do. If you need something, make it quick. I'd like to make sure my arguments are solid. You heard correct. I've every reason to believe that Infinity... I'm not sure how the leader of an exploration... I appreciate the flattery. I see now where you're... From a financial and marketing viewpoint, you're right. And maybe I'm being more... And you're right. My legal team is more than prepared. Don't even get me. First off, if I find out you used that device on me, I will tie you up in court on what... Second, that tech is one major human rights violation. I'll do whatever I can to make sure it's either severely delayed...
I couldn't agree more. It should be completely banned.
Well, I'm both glad and surprised to hear the Masako is lucky to have you at her disposal. You may be the greatest asset aside from the internal note. I appreciate the vote of confidence, but it won't be easy. If anyone can pull through this, though, and stay on top... This exchange has been surprisingly insightful. But now...
This meeting should prove to be very interesting. I assume Masako briefed you. With that internal neuron.
Indeed. That technology shouldn't be used for such an...
If it were up to me, I'd have shut. I knew it was a grave secure. You read my mind. Plus, if we vote to acquire Infinity Ltd, we're about to... The last thing I want to deal with are any more incidents this new neuron. I imagine we're looking at months of work. Infinity Ltd. I only hope that Masako and the others will... Perhaps one of the greatest reunions. Let's just hope this case surrounding... Now, if you'll excuse me.
Don't cause any trouble.
I hope you're enjoying your new... And how's my favorite patient doing? Not... Oh, well... I hope you're not actually suggesting that the technology I spent years... This is groundbreaking work. Fine, fine. Oh, there is adequate data to back what you're saying. More than adequate. Well, this conversation's made me feel like a proper monster. But you're right. In a perfect world, tech like this is used... It is. It really is. I never stopped to consider it. I guess it'll be up to a vote either way. It's not on the meeting agenda, so I assume you'll bring it. We just have to hope the others... So the next question is... That's what I'm hoping for. They may be the underdog, but that doesn't... I know Masako will be pushing for the acquisition. I overheard the SSNN broadcast, but Masako's always fully supported. Well, this has certainly been the most interesting conversation of my day. All we can do now is look forward to the meeting, right? See you in there.
I'm glad we're making an effort in our... Just the person I wanted to see. I want to get all the... An efficient exchange. You've had the chance to encounter members of Infinity L. Do you think they're worth redemption? Saving the jobs of thousands is altruistic. It's a financial burden. this is true. Infinity never had the financial resources to match, getting what few capable employees they have at half the salary. Next question. What are your thoughts on SSNN's report? It does, doesn't it? As someone who enjoys studying others, I find it difficult to believe that our CEO. I look forward to seeing what Alexis. I have faith Alexis and her team can resolve this quickly and quietly. At least as quietly as may be expected. I appreciate the insight. I suppose I should ask if there's anything I can do. It's only dangerous to those who can't afford one, hence the added motivation. I think we all know how averse I am to chaos. Our competition has yet. This has been rather enlightening for me. I appreciate it.
Don't tell me. Masako wants to make sure I'm still on her side after SSNN dropped this meet. Well, I was on Masako's until this new. Now that she's been tied to Lucas, buying up Infinity Ltd only it's gonna be a hard sell to make this look good. Aren't you the flatterer? I've certainly handled. All right, I suppose you've earned the right to voice your opinion, so let's hear it. You're not wrong. And well, provided she's proven innocent. And what's your second point to consider? The possible backlash on tech like this. However, the internal neuroamp will it's not an opportunity you just... You're right. The moment you violate your customer's trust, there's a good chance. Even worse, you push them. Well, it seems your talents really do stretch beyond just being an operator.
To start this meeting, let me just say that the SSNN allegations are completely false.
And you expect us to just believe that?
If they're false, how did this happen?
I'll be ordering a full investigation, but I have my suspicions, which I'll address once this meeting has concluded. Until then, I'm still CEO, and we'll be moving forward with this meeting to acquire Infinity Ltd.
Do you really think we want a potential criminal? One suspected of being the actual mole here, leading a crucial meeting like this? In fact, I propose we remove Masako as CEO altogether, and nominate myself to take her place.
You can't be serious. And you, I thought we had a deal.
Any arguments against?
Yes, on the fact that I'm innocent and completely capable of doing my job.
No one asked you, operative.
If we vote Masako out now, the public will think we're admitting her guilt without any investigation.
Yes, I find this motion to be hasty and ill-advised. Basing a critical decision off an SSNN broadcast is hardly wise.
Let's leave it up to the vote. All in favor? You're kidding, right? I hope you're all aware of the huge mistake you're making by continuing to support Masako.
Enough. At least we all know where everyone stands. Now, let's get back to focusing on what we're actually here for. All those in favor of acquiring Infinity Ltd?
Aye.
Good. Alexis, start drawing up the necessary documentation. Anyone have anything else they'd like to bring up? The internal neuroamp is a key component of Ryujin Industries' success for the next 10 years, if not more. Why would we shelve it after we've finally perfected it?
I can't believe I'm saying this, but he's right. Regardless of the pros, the cons are too morally and ethically irresponsible to move forward with.
The moment the public gets wind of the true capabilities of this tech, we're gonna suffer severe backlash.
Very well. All in favor of shelving Project Dominion?
Aye.
Vina, prep Project Dominion for storage. Any other matters to bring forth? None? This concludes our order of business for today.
If only there were more hours in the day.
So, it looks like both Infinity Ltd and Ularu learned a lesson the hard way. It's unfortunate about Imogene, but in our business, she wasn't the first, and certainly won't be the last. You've proven yourself to be quite the asset here at Ryujin. Of course, but these particular assignments required a certain secrecy that most do not. I truly appreciate what you've done. No operative has held the future of this corporation in their hands like you did. I can imagine this wasn't quite the job you envisioned when Imogene first hired you. It's a lot of pressure for a new hire.
Yes, I'm proud of you as well. Ularu needed to be brought down. If you wouldn't have stopped her, who knows what she would have done next.
My thought exactly. Imogene's instincts were right about you. It's a shame ours weren't right about her. I never would have expected to hear those two weren't on the same side. I'll need to launch an investigation to be certain, but I appreciate you bringing this to my attention. Now, as promised, I have your bonus. I hope you'll find it appropriate for all you've done. And I'm promoting you to senior operative. You've more than earned it. With your new position, you now have an office with mission board access, and you're free to make your own hours. The mission board holds your assignments, and you can pick and choose to your strengths. Although, I may still have more specific assignments for you. Questions? You'll find your new office on the operation. Yes, the mission board is far more efficient than dealing. Plus, you can pick and choose. The mission board is basically a computer. It's what allows you to make... You've already experienced the majority of what we do in your... These will be no different, although I may have more... Good. You may get started at any time, but I suggest you've put in a lot of hard work here recently, so I understand. Just don't forget, you still have a job.
I have something I need to discuss with you. Handling those tricky decisions regarding Ryujin must have been difficult. In fact, I'm amazed. Those types of corporations remind me why I never ventured into business. No, I suppose they aren't. That's why I'm happy you were around to step in and place After all, based on your recommendation, they've... Why wouldn't I be pleased about your decision? Can you imagine if that technology had fallen into the wrong hands? Yes, quite. Well, I've certainly taken up enough of your time.
So, taking a break?
Make it quick. I have a deadline.
Try not to hurry. Isn't there an assignment calling you? You won't get any work done talking to me. Don't wander into any restricted areas.
Imogene told me she hired another operative. Good luck with your future assignments.